Bitcoin has been consolidating in this same range for over a month now, and I personally think that this is a very good opportunity for anyone that's looking to buy into Bitcoin. Of course, it's difficult to predict what Bitcoin is going to do tomorrow, next week, or next month, but the best thing that you can do is try and accumulate some Bitcoin. And in this video, I will show you 3 tools that you need to use to find decent yields on Bitcoin. The first tool, and I'm sure you must have seen this previously on my channel, is Beefy Finance. This has been my personal favorite yield aggregator of all time. But before we do a deeper dive, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video. I will be uploading more videos on yield farming for all of you. So to not miss out on any of the videos, make sure you hit that bell icon. Now before I show you where you can put your Bitcoin to work, here is a very simple strategy that you can follow. To yield farm with your BTC, you need to look for primarily 2 types of liquidity pools. The first one where Bitcoin is directly paired with Ethereum, and the second one is where Bitcoin is paired with stablecoins like USDC, USDT, etc. Now you must be wondering why these 2 specific pools. Well, let me explain to you why ETH, and then afterwards I will explain to you why stables. There is something called as a correlation between 2 assets. By that I mean that Bitcoin and Ethereum are highly correlated assets, meaning the price trend of both Bitcoin and Ethereum tend to move similar to each other. So for example, if Bitcoin moves 5% in a day, Ethereum also tends to move in that direction with at least a few percentages. And why do you need to figure out what's the correlation between BTC and ETH? Well, if you are going to invest into a pool where BTC is paired with Ethereum, then if both of these assets move in a similar direction as far as price is concerned, then the probability of impermanent loss is very low. I will come to explaining why stables in a minute, but first let's take a few pools on Beefy Finance. Now on here, don't expect any ridiculous amounts of APYs on your Bitcoin. Expect an APY of anywhere from 20% to 50%, which is very decent as compared to just nakedly holding your BTC in your wallet. There's a TBTC wrapped ETH pool that is yielding an APY of 49% or a daily APR of 0.1%. Next, there is also a wrapped BTC wrapped ETH pool which is yielding 46% APY. Next, there is wrapped BTC wrapped ETH pool which also has a very similar APR of 0.1% daily or an APY of 46%. Now keep in mind that all of the pools that I mentioned in this video are going to be concentrated liquidity pools, meaning you have to manually set a range into these pools for you to keep earning a decent APR. The thing that I like about Beefy Finance is that it offers automated concentrated liquidity management, meaning all the rebalancing in a concentrated liquidity pool is managed by Beefy Finance, and all you have to do is sit and forget once you deposit your assets. Of course, it comes with a significant amount of risks where sometimes it may happen that your position goes temporarily out of range, but overall you will still be earning a decent APY. Now coming to why you need to take a look at pool which has BTC paired with a stablecoin. The sole reason that I invest into a BTC stablecoin pool is that rebalancing into that pool becomes way easier as compared to BTC paired with another volatile asset. Because into a BTC stablecoin asset, all you need to do is figure out what the Bitcoin price is going to do and try and stay into that range, because the stablecoin's price is always going to stay at $1, so you need not worry about keeping your stablecoins in range. Some examples of BTC stablecoin pairs on Beefy Finance are TBTC USDC currently yielding 32%. The API on these pools are generally very volatile, as you just saw right now. The APY went from 32% to 29%. So make sure you do thorough research before diving all into these liquidity pools. Okay, so the second platform that we are going to use to find yields on Bitcoin is going to be VFAT. VFAT, similar to Beefy Finance, is also a yield aggregator that offers auto compounding, automated rebalancing for your concentrated liquidity pools. and a very easy user-friendly interface to manage your concentrated liquidity pools manually. Let me show you which pools are currently yielding very decent APR on Bitcoin. The first pool on our list is going to be USDT CBBTC pool over on Aerodrome on the base chain. Now here you can see a few things that you need to do. I promise you it's not complicated, don't get overwhelmed. All you need to do is select a range where Bitcoin's price is going to be. As you can see, I have set a minimum price and maximum price of 2% on both sides. Right now the price of Bitcoin is $84,000 and my current range on the lower side is $82,000 and on the higher side is $86,000. Of course, this is a very tight range and I'm probably going to have to rebalance very often and I will probably go out of range many times in a day. So I usually tend to go a bit wider on my range when it comes to Bitcoin, anywhere from 3 to 4% on both sides, which should give you a total width of 6 to 8%. Right now with a width of 6%, I will be earning an APR of 128%. Now once you get to know how you can manage this concentrated liquidity pools, you can start exploring other pools. For example, this wrapped BTC USDE pool on the Shadow Exchange on Sonic Chain is yielding anywhere from 150% APR to 250% APR. There's USDC CBBTC pool over on the base chain that's yielding 100% to 150% APR. Similarly, you can find other pools on exchanges like Ramses, PancakeSwap, Pharaoh, on chains like Arbitrum, AVAX, Binance, etc. A word of advice from my side: if you want to play it safe, make sure you only invest into pools where BTC is either paired with stablecoins or Ethereum. If you start diving into pools where BTC is paired with other assets, for example this BTCB wrapped AVAX pool or CBBTC champ pool, which I don't even know what is, then there's higher risk of these assets not being correlated to each other. Therefore, you will be facing a huge impermanent loss on your liquidity positions. So avoid pairing your wrapped BTC with anything other than Ethereum or stablecoins. Okay, so the final tool or the final place where you can find yields on your Bitcoin is going to be DefiLlama. Simply go to DefiLlama.com, select this yield section, select BTC tokens here. For example, I have selected wrapped BTC, CBBTC, BTCB, so on and so forth. Filter the APY in a descending order. Here you will see all the exchanges as well as all the chains which you can check out to generate yields on your Bitcoin. A word of caution from my side: please don't put your hard-earned money into random decentralized exchanges because there is a risk of them rugging the project or smart contract risk. So stick to projects that are well known, for example PancakeSwap, Radium, Aerodrome, Velodrome, Linux, etc. One cheat code that you can use on here is to also take a look at the 30-day average APY, because I personally would like to stay into a liquidity pool for at least a few weeks. And for example, if the APY says that it's 300% but the 30-day average APY is 50%, then probably there is something wrong with the pool and you should stay away from it. Look for pools with the consistent numbers on both APY as well as the 30-day average APY. Those are the pools that will yield a decent result for you. Now, if you want to put your BTC into any of these pools, simply click on this very small arrow and it will take you right over to the very specific liquidity pool. For example, I liked this wrapped BTC USDT pool on PancakeSwap on Arbitrum, which is currently yielding 413%. That APY is for a very tight range, but it gave me an idea that this very specific pool could be a high APY pool. This is the pool which I call a very decent pool because my current width on this pool is 8%, meaning the minimum price for my liquidity pool range is $80,000 on Bitcoin and the maximum is $87,000. This is a relatively wider range and it is yielding 101% APR for our wrapped BTC USDT pool. And of course, keep in mind that all of these APYs are very volatile. On a very good day, you will see that your pool is yielding 500% APY, but on a bad day, it could be 50% APY. The idea is to stay into liquidity pool and to stay in range for a relatively longer period, which should result you in a very decent return. That's all for this video. If you want to check out more videos related to stablecoin yields or yields on your blue chip assets, then make sure you check out these videos. Thank you for watching and see you again in the next video.